What up, y'all? It's your guy Dawson from D&D TV. Thank you for rating, commenting, and subscribing. Everybody who's donated, those of you all who will, you know I appreciate it. Also, go over to my other YouTube channel, Dawson Speak TV. Make sure you subscribe over there. Thank you. All right, y'all. Now, this story is coming out of South Carolina. I know I haven't left South Carolina yet. I just can't leave yet. There's still more to talk about. But look here. This story is about this lady right here, Shonda Norman. Now, Shonda Norman has a program called Inspired Inc., where she talks to young girls in the community who have dealt with abuse. Shonda said that she had to do something about all of the pastors that were in South Carolina that within a week and a half had been arrested for abuse within their church. So she said, I've got to do something. I've got to rally up citizens in South Carolina, and we have to take a stand. And that's exactly what she is doing. Now, I'm going to let you all watch this video, and I'll be back with the rest of my commentary. And if you know me, I will not hold back. So if you cannot take raw truth-telling talk, you may want to unsubscribe. You may want to never come back to my show again, or you may want to go to your favorite televangelist YouTube channel and listen to them, because I'm Dawson and I won't be tamed.
From age 7 to 13, I know how it is, and I know the traumatic, pain that it has on a person's life.
There's going to be a rally at an upstate church where the pastor is charged with impregnating a minor. It'll be held outside Cleveland Chapel Baptist Church in Spartanburg this weekend.
The rally's organizer says she knows firsthand what it's like to be sexually abused as a child.
She says it is time to take a stand about these types of crimes that are linked to churches. 7 News reporter Nicole Smith joins us now with more details on this. Nicole.
Gordon, Amy, just in the past week, we've told you about 3 pastors with ties here in the upstate who've been charged with sex crimes involving children. A woman who calls herself a survivor says the rally is a call to action. 2 pastors left the Spartanburg County Sheriff's Office charged with child sex crimes. Pastor Lorenzo Washington of Aiken and Pastor Philip Buxton of Cleveland Chapel Baptist Church in Spartanburg. Peter Cooper, a former youth intern pastor from Alabama, is accused of child sex crimes in Spartanburg and Greenville counties from the 1970s.
When you're in a position of authority and you're considered a shepherd over your flock, you're supposed to protect your flock.
Shonda Norman says she knows the pain sexual abuse can leave for a child, having experienced it from ages 7 to 13.
Even though we don't show the scars on the outside, we are dying in the inside.
She says a mental breakdown helped make her a survivor.
And to forgive and say, I forgive my abuser, I won't forget, but I forgive you in order for me to move forward. Everything changed.
The upstate mom created Inspired Inc. to empower women and plans to hold a rally against child sexual abuse outside the church Buxton leads.
Speak. Don't be afraid to share your stories.
The church released a statement on their Facebook page last week saying it's their duty as Christians not to condemn, but to pray for the person involved and to pray for Pastor Buxton.
So it's not a reflection against the whole church itself, because I know the whole church shouldn't be held accountable for that, for one man's mistake.
She says it's time for churches to have a conversation about this issue.
And putting a plan of action in place to let your members know, okay, if this starts to happen or begins to happen, this is our plan of action. This is what we have in place to protect our babies.
And the rally is going to be held on Sunday at 9:30 a.m. outside Cleveland Chapel Baptist Church in Spartanburg, Gordon.
Why that church? I mean, there were 2 pastors arrested, and they're certainly not the first in the upstate where this has happened. Why is she rallying outside this one church?
Yeah, so she says she really wants to use this as an opportunity to support the victim in this case and to help highlight the issue in itself and to encourage churches to try to come up with some kind of, plan of action. We did reach out to the church for comments since they're not affiliated with this. We're waiting to hear back, Gordon.
That will be interesting. All right, Nicole, thank you.
All right, y'all, let's go in. Now, you all heard the news reporter there, Gordon Hill, when he asked the other news reporter, Miss Smith, why is Miss Shonda Norman only rallying outside this church when there are other churches within the area that have had pastors who've been arrested for similar issues? And she stated that she wants to support the victim in this particular case because you all know that the victim in this case was 13 and 14 when she was having relations with the pastor pastor. So she feels that since the victim is 16 now, that she needs to be there and help this victim. And I'm sure she feels that way with the other pastor, the other people involved in the other cases as well. But specifically with this case, and also I think Shonda Norman feels like a closeness to this case is because you all heard in the news clipping, she said that she was molested between the ages of 7 and 13 years old. So she was 13 and the victim was 13 when they went through this particular situation. So wherever she starts, if it's at this church or another church, as long as the people in South Carolina and all around are getting to the point where we say we cannot take this anymore. You cannot be a grown man, a grown woman doing this to young children. You can't be our pastors, apostles, prophetess, priests, teachers, politicians, whoever you are. You cannot be in a position of power and take advantage of the children. You just can't do that across the board, no matter who you are. So that's what I want to say about that. Now, let me say this. Now, Shonda Norman contacted the church on Saturday, and she told the staff at the church, now look, I have gathered up people in the community, a lot of people in the community, and we are going to protest and have a rally outside of the church on Sunday morning. And the staff at the church told her, please, you don't have to have a protest or anything. Pastor Philip J. Buxton has been terminated. He is no longer the pastor at this church. And they began to talk with Shonda Norman and talking about ways that they can help her in her organization and help people in the community. And so therefore, Shonda Norman contacted Channel 7 News and she told them that the rally was called off. And she said this, I'm going to read this letter. I want you to know that the church has reached out to me this morning regarding our rally. I was informed that Pastor Buxton was immediately terminated that day. Currently, the church has turned to outside resources, thank God, for help during this healing process. And they are willing to work with us to help come up with security and prevention measures to prevent this from happening again. They are planning to put together a workshop in March right before Pastor Buxton's next hearing. Upon them agreeing to work with us to come up with a solution, we have agreed to call off the rally at this time. That's what I'm talking about. Finally, a church board that will say, no, pastor, you got to go. You can't preach here no more. You got to take that nasty, foul, demonic spirit to send you and get the hell out the door. Don't come back here no more. That is what I am talking about. A church board, some church people who say, yeah, we love the pastor and he preached good while he was here, but we cannot stand behind this. We cannot stand behind this mess. And not only can we not stand behind this, they reached over across the aisles and grabbed Shonda Norman's hand and said, we gonna work with your organization, Inspired Inc., and we gonna help victims too, and we want your organization to work with us and show us how we can heal our church, heal this community, heal people who have been victims of sexual abuse. And y'all say we ain't doing nothing on these YouTube streets. All we talking about is celebrities. Yeah, we put some noise on this case. Yeah, we did some talk. Yeah. Y'all shared that video. We had to because we are tired of this. We are tired of this. Because you all think, oh, well, all we got to do is pray. She was molested. He was molested. Just pray, pray, pray. Let me tell y'all something. It affects all of us. And some of you, it affects you too. How it affects you? Because you got to date these women in society who've been molested and hurt and all this stuff. You got to date these broken men in society who've been molested and hurt and all this stuff. You got to, come on. These people grow up. They're not going to stay kids forever. And if they don't deal with what has happened to them, I say it all the time, it stays with you. Some of you all are married to broken women. You're married to broken men. Some of you are dating men and women who got issues. Some of them got issues with their sexuality. Some of these people have been turned out and turned on to sex at such an early age. Some of them have been abused by multiple people, and then they grow up and they have issues as adults. And you up in the church. This is why I tell y'all, don't let these people in the church force y'all to get married. Oh, brother, I think this, the Lord told me this the woman for you. Oh, I saw it in a dream. Oh, sister, let me just drop this in your spirit. The Lord told me this, and I saw you and Brother Johnson. Y'all gonna get married, and y'all gonna be a strong couple in the Lord. I'm just gonna drop that little nugget in your spirit. Well, you better pick that nugget up and put it back in your spirit, because I don't receive it. Now, that's what some of you women ought to be saying. And you men say the same thing. I don't care about these people titles or position in the church. Oh, you know the prophetess spoke and the prophetess no. The prophetess ain't got to be married to him. You do. You knew they were a whore before you got married to him, but they told you that once y'all got married, everything was going to be changed, and they cheated on you before you got in the relationship, during the relationship, and now you going for a divorce and they still cheat. Come on now. Y'all got to use your common sense, man. I get letters from women all the time. It's just like, and it's sad. But when women are telling me that they've been in a relationship and they've contracted all these different STDs, and thank God they've been the curable ones. And then I just had a recent one where a lady told me her husband just gave her HPV and all this kind of stuff. I mean, I feel sorry for y'all. I do feel sorry for y'all. But my thing to y'all and to the men too who are in these hellish relationships, because that's what it is. Why y'all still there? Why y'all still there? Why are you still putting yourself at risk to this person who obviously does not care about you, because they done gave you all these different sexually transmitted disease. They done embarrassed you within the public and in the community by having babies on you, by getting caught in the act. Some of them have disrespected you by bringing people in your house, in your apartment, wherever you stay, and doing stuff there while you were on vacation or at work. Why are you there? And I get back to the issue of the mind, that some people really don't. Your mind, wherever you find your behind, your mind put it there. So instead of getting mad at people, look at your thought process, because when you change your mind, you will change your life. That ain't nothing too deep where you finna speak in tongues. That is just common sense that everybody can work on themselves. You've got to see yourself. Now, the church ain't got to see it. The prophetess ain't got to see it. The pastor ain't got to see it for you. You got to see yourself doing better and having better than what you have in order to have it. If you think he's the best you can get, that's why you got him. If you think that she's all you can get, that's why she's there. And nothing's going to change until you, not your mama, you, not the church, you, not the pastor, you going to change your mind. You ain't going to be able to fall on the floor and fall out and, oh, God going to do it. No, get up off the floor. You got work to do. It's called your life. Now, I'm going to go ahead and get off of this topic, but I want to first thank Shonda Norman for stepping up to the plate and saying that the citizens in this town within South Carolina have to talk about the issues of sexual molestation, sexual abuse in the church. We have to talk about it and we have to take a stand. And she does have an organization, Inspired Inc. And I'm just happy that a sister is out there saying, look, I started my own stuff. I was victimized. I was a victim. Now I got the victory and I'm doing that. Y'all, that's how you do it. Shonda got the right idea. Many of y'all jump on bandwagons with people, but the thing is, anything that you've overcome, you turn around and you teach people how to overcome. So definitely I thank her for that. And also to Cleveland Chapel Baptist Church, to the board there. I thank y'all for jumping on, but for firing the pastor, telling him he can't preach there no more. And then saying that we have to talk with the victims, not only in our church, but within this community. We can't just leave them hanging because they grow up. And sometimes people are acting out what they've experienced as a child. And for you all, like I said, who are scared to talk about this stuff, what I need you to do is just move aside. Let the people who are called to do the work do the work. You scared people who go along with what everybody say, and you can't take no heat, and you can't stand up to what people in society may say because we're talking about tough issues and things like this. Just step aside. We got this. Cause y'all just go along, people. Y'all go along any way the wind blow. That's where y'all at. Let the real people who are called to do the work, let us do it. Now, I'm done with this topic. Until next time. I'm your guy, Dawson. Y'all take care of yourself and each other. I appreciate all y'all, even the ones who don't like me but come over here anyway. And I just think that is so silly, because why would you keep coming over to somebody's YouTube channel if you're just so pained by listening to them? There's some people on YouTube I used to listen to years ago. I just happenstance, I ran across their channels. I was surprised someone was still making videos, because when I don't resonate with you, I'm not going checking for you. Well, I guess it's like that old saying that we used to hear all the time in the church. Whosoever will, let them come. Whosoever will want to watch, you can watch. It's all good. I appreciate it anyway. Now go ahead over to Miss Shonda Norman's social media. If you all find her on social media anywhere, give her a shout out. Let her know, you appreciate what she's doing in South Carolina. Thank you all for listening. Go off in the comments. Let me know what you think about this video. Peace.